Welcome everyone to the library's Multicultural Festival, New Year celebrations around the world. My name is Kavita Pandey. Today we will be celebrating the diversity of our community and learn about some of the New Year traditions celebrated around the world. You will see some beautiful performances representing a variety of cultures and backgrounds. We would like to thank all of our local artists, La Sagrada Familia Group from Holy Family Parish, American Hungarian Foundation, Navrang Dance Academy, Joe Young and Dream Cats Group, percussion performer Mr. Yujima and his team, Ms. Danielle, for taking the time out of their busy schedule to produce these wonderful performances and programs. I would like to thank our amazing team of volunteers, our food sponsors, Bikaner Wala and Mozzarella Cucina and Indul's Catering, our media sponsors, WRSU Radio and Events Now USA. I would also like to thank the New Brunswick Cultural Center, the Middlesex County Board of Chosen Freeholders, and the State Council on the Arts for the grant funding and making this event possible. Thank you all for watching and participating in our event, and we hope you have fun. So, to start of the day, it is a great honor and pleasure to introduce Dr. Belvin, the Director of New Brunswick Free Public Library.
Thank you. One of the things about the celebration of the New Year, which goes across cultures, which goes across countries, which goes across continents, is it is a time of celebrating hope. Most of us, virtually all of us, believe that the new year brings new opportunity, new growth, new chances to live as we wish. So when you have a community like New Brunswick, which is like all of the world, has been challenged by COVID, 2022 will be a new year and will be a chance for us all to enjoy, grow, and change. So, Happy New Year.
Thank you, Dr. Belvin. Now I would like to invite Mr. Sioje Clark from New Brunswick Cultural Center.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Thank you so much to everyone that's joining us on virtually, as well as very socially distanced here in the library. It gives me a great honor and great pleasure to be a part of this multicultural festival hosted by New Brunswick Free Public Library, because as we all know, the library is the mecca of the community. And for a couple of years, it was strained, and we were missing the library. So we're so excited that the doors are open and everyone is welcome. Everyone is welcome. You know, the library is one of the most accessible places, and New Brunswick Free Public Library is a leader in showing how good it is and how important it is to serve the community. It's very accessible now via virtual programs as well as in person. So we just need to take some time and be safe and just enjoy and just be there for one another and for each other. And so we can just continue to be safe, and then slowly but surely we'll be all back together again. On behalf of the New Brunswick Cultural Center and the Arts Institute of Middlesex County, we just want to say thank you so much. And now without further ado, it gives me great pleasure and honor to introduce one of my very good friends, Danielle, the lovely Miss Danielle Ilario.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, stars still there? Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave. 'Cause the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave. 'Cause the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave. 'Cause the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave. 'Cause the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave. 'Cause the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave. 'Cause the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave. 'Cause the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave. 'Cause the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave. 'Cause the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave. 'Cause the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave. 'Cause the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave. 'Cause the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave. 'Cause the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave. 'Cause the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave. 'Cause the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave. 'Cause the land of the free and the home of the brave, the
másod szeretne engem. Jaj, Istenem, de figyelem, hogy a magam másod szeretne engem. Önnek tennek iket, az öcsényi legényöket, azokat sem mindegyiket, csak a régi híveimet. Ögyen meg a fene magát, ameddig éri a kavát, ne úgy egyen, mint a hagymát, reszelje meg, mint a tormát. Kiskertőkben függetviszek, én a legénynek nem hiszek, mert a legény leánycsaló, mind a kasztófára való. Mert a legény leánycsaló, mind a kasztófára való.
to present New Year's Eve in Hungary, and it is presented by the Makvirak Dance Group here in New Brunswick. So a tradition that we do is single women will make 13 dumplings, and in 12 they will put pieces of paper with names on it, or like boy names, and then leaves one without any paper inside. At midnight they put them into boiling water, and the first one to rise is the girl's true lover for the year. If the one without the name rises, then the girl will stay single.
So another one is loud celebrations, which I think most people do. Like horns, fireworks, and firecrackers, just making noise in general, is a tradition that comes from ancient times when women used to make loud noises to scare away the evil spirits.
Some foods that we can eat. On December 31st, we usually eat roast pit pork. During New Year's Eve, we eat loads of lentils because wealth is destined for those who eat a bowl of lentil soup or stew. We also eat poppy seed rolls, and that is because each individual little piece brings good fortune and wealth. Some foods that we cannot eat is fish because it swims away with good luck, and birds that fly scratch away with your success.
Some superstitions that Hungarians have is that people who take out the trash on the first day of January also throw away their good fortune for the coming year. Another one is anyone who hangs freshly washed clothes to dry can expect death to approach the house. And if anyone wants to borrow something, you have to turn them down because the funds and assets will flow away from the home all year.
La llegada de un nuevo año siempre causa alegría en las familias, quizá por ser motivo de reunión. Su celebración es en general muy similar a la de Nochebuena, solo que a la medianoche se hace un brindis chocando las copas de cada uno de los invitados y se comen 12 uvas lo más rápido posible pidiendo un deseo, conforme se dan las campanadas que anuncian el inicio de un nuevo año. Las uvas representan cada uno de los meses del año que se inicia. En algunas casas aún hay costumbre de ir a misa de gallo o ir a misa el día primero para agradecer lo que nos dejó el año anterior y pedir que nos vaya bien este nuevo año. Hay muchas variaciones a nivel regional y también dependiendo si es en ciudad o en las comunidades agrícolas. Hay una tradición muy interesante ya que el 31 de diciembre la gente crea una piñata que tiene características de viejito. La idea de la piñata del viejito es deshacerse del año viejo. En el momento de pegarle a este viejito es destruir todo lo malo que viviste durante ese año. Somos un país de cultura diversa y como tal las manifestaciones que de ella hacemos no podía faltar en una fecha tan importante como la celebración del Año Nuevo. Somos el grupo de danza folclórica La Sagrada Familia y bailaremos el ardillo del estado de Nayarit, México, y la iguana del estado de Guerrero, México.
The arrival of a new year always causes joy in families because it is a reason for reunion similar to that of Christmas Eve. A toast is made by clinking the glasses of each of the guests and 12 grapes are eaten quickly as possible, making a wish. As the chimes are given to announce the start of a new year, the grapes represent each of the months of the year that begins. In some houses, there is still the custom of going to midnight mass or going to mass on the first day of the New Year's to be grateful of what the previous year gave us and to ask that this new year goes well. There are many traditions at the regional level and also depending on the weather it is in the city or in the agricultural communities. On December 31st, people create a piñata that has the characteristics of an old man. The idea of the old man piñata is to get rid of the old year. When you hit this old man, it is to destroy everything bad that you lived during that year. We are the country of diverse culture, and as such, the manifestations that we make of it could not be absent on such an important date as the celebration of a new year. We are the folkloric dance group of the Holy Family Parish, and today we will be dancing the Ardillo of the state of Nayarit, Mexico, and the Iguana of the state Guerrero, Mexico. Thank you.
iguana, yo te las voy a agarrar. Si quieres comer iguana, yo te las voy a agarrar. En el patio de tía Juana se salen a calentar. En el patio de tía Juana se salen a calentar. Uy, 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 qué iguana tan fea, miren cómo se menea. Uy, 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 qué iguana tan loca, miren cómo abre la boca. Uy, 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 que se sube al palo. Uy, 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 que ya se subió. Uy, 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 que busca su cueva. Uy, 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 que ya la encontró. Uy, 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 que se mete en ella. Uy, 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 que ya se metió. Cuando la iguanita quiere que el iguano vaya al son. Cuando la iguanita quiere que el iguano baile un son, se levanta muy temprano a plancharle su calzón. Se levanta muy temprano a plancharle su calzón. Uy, 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 qué iguana tan fea, miren cómo se menea. Uy, 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 qué iguana tan loca, miren cómo abre la boca. Uy, 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 que se sube al palo. Uy, 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 que ya se subió. Uy, 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 que busca su cueva. Uy, 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 que ya la encontró. Uy, 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 que se mete en ella. Uy, 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 que ya se metió. temporada. Uy, 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 qué iguana tan fea, miren cómo se menea. Uy, 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 qué iguana tan loca, miren cómo abre la boca. Uy, 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 que se sube al palo. Uy, 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 que ya se subió. Uy, 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 que busca su cueva. Uy, 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 que ya la encontró. Uy, 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 que se mete en ella. Uy, 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 que ya se metió. Ya con esta me despido, la iguanita se acabó. Ya con esta me despido, la iguanita se acabó. Que se acabe en hora buena, como no me acabe yo. Que se acabe en hora buena, como no me acabe yo. Uy, 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 que iguana tan fea, miren cómo se menea. Uy, 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 que iguana tan loca, miren cómo abre la boca. Uy, 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 que se sube al palo. Uy, 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 que ya se subió. Uy, 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 que busca su cueva. Uy, 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 que ya la encontró. Uy, 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 que se mete en ella. Uy, 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 que ya se metió.
Namaskar and good afternoon. My name is Varsha Naik and I am the CEO and owner of Navram Dance Academy located in South Plainfield, New Jersey. First of all, thank you so much New Brunswick Free Public Library and New Brunswick Cultural Center for giving us an opportunity to talk about Diwali and talk about India and talk about Indian dances. Joining with me, Gitanjali Gupta. India is a wide country. We have so much of talk, so much of to say something about India, Indian culture, festivals. This 5 minutes are not enough, but we are celebrating Diwali. Diwali is the biggest Hindu festival in India, and now it is celebrated all over the world. Because we believe that light, what is the meaning of light? We are giving my light to you and we just want to spread the happiness all over the world. And Diwali is the festival of light, festival of happiness, festival of peace, festival of everything. So Diwali is celebrated all over the India, and during the month of November and October and the November month, there is a lot of stories behind that, but we think that when we give a light of peace, light of happiness to everybody, that is the true meaning of Diwali, right? So Diwali and the dances and the culture is the part of India. And in today's segment, we are going to show two varieties of Indian dances. One is the Bollywood. Everybody knows Bollywood, right? Everybody loves Bollywood music. So when we talk about culture, when we talk about festival, Bollywood is definitely there. And Bollywood comes from our Indian classical dances. They are our roots of the dances. So Gitanjali ji will talk more about the Indian dances and I will talk more about the Bollywood dances. Bollywood is more fun and more festive and just enjoy everything. Like Diwali, we enjoy, we eat sweets, we decorate our houses with the lights and everything, and then we dance. So when we dance Bollywood. But our Indian classical dances are the root of the dances. So Gitanjali ji is a trained classical dancer. I am the trained everywhere. So she will talk more about the Indian classical dances from where this thing is coming up.
Thank you, Varsha ji. Namaste, everyone. So today I will be telling you about the dances of India. India has many dances. They are Bharatanatyam, Kathak, Manipuri, Kuchipuri and Odissi. So these dances are performed in different states of India. Bharatanatyam is the oldest and is the national dance of India. India has a very rich culture of dance and music. Traditional, classical, folk and tribal dance style. The classical dances of India includes Bharatanatyam, the oldest form of the classical dance in the country. It is the combination of expression, music, beat and dance. Another form of dance is Kathak, which is from the northern part of India. Kathak is another form of ancient classical dance of India. It is derived from Katha or storyteller. People who narrate stories during the whole art of Kathak dance. Another form is Manipuri dance, which is from the northeastern part of India. The dance theme is based to the Ras Leela, act of Radha Krishna, and is pure religious along with spiritual expressions. Another one is Odissi dance, which is the oldest surviving dance form in India. The dance form is known for its style, the independent movement of head, chest and pelvis. Odissi dance is traditional and ancient style of dance performed in the temples. Basically, all these dances are performed in the temple. Am I correct?
Yes. Yeah. And now, without any ado, we are going to present the first dance, that is the Bollywood dance. And then again, me and Gitanjali ji will come and we will talk more about Diwali and how we celebrate the New Year, because this festival is all about the New Year, right? New Year is coming. So we have two performances for you. So first is the Bollywood dance performances. May I request the performer please come?
उसने मुझे छुआ भी नहीं, ऐसा वैसा कुछ हुआ भी नहीं, नजर थी पहनी हुई बेचैनी, आंखों आंखों में शैतानी हो गई, सैया ने देखा ऐसे मैं पानी पानी हो गई।
चलेगी क्या, ग्लास पड़ा है खाली भरेगी क्या, साथ था लौंडे से डरेगी क्या, अंदर की फीलिंग से लड़ेगी क्या, हैं हद हो गई, हद से आगे भी बढ़ेगी क्या, 9 एकड़ में फार्म पे घोड़े पे चढ़ेगी क्या। 1 2 3 गाड़ी के बोनट से निकले परी, लौंडे आगे कहीं टेकते नहीं, बातें हैं कड़ी मेरी लिख ले कहीं, चल निकले कहीं
से सोई ही नहीं, दुनिया से सुने हैं किसे तेरे, जाने क्या आएगा इससे मेरे, इसी ख्याल में दीवानी हो गई, सैया ने देखा ऐसे मैं पानी पानी हो गई। मैं पानी पानी हो गई, नजर थी पहनी हुई बेचैनी, आंखों आंखों में शैतानी हो गई, सैया ने देखा ऐसे।
मुंडे कुड़ियों भंगड़ा पाउण नूं तैयार हो जाओ।
गोरे गोरे मुखड़े मैनू करना गुरूर ना हाय गोरे गोरे मुखड़े ते काला 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 सुरमा तक तक रावा मैनू करना गुरूर ना
ओ नच के नचावे दिल नू जलावे जो हिले तेरा लक कोई पाए बचना Let's get crazy
तेनू तड़पावे हाय लुट जावे तेनू तड़पावे हाय लुट जावे मेरा लाल कगरा तेनू तड़पावे हाय लुट जावे मेरा लाल कगरा रातां नू नींद न आवे हाय नी मेरा लाल 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 हाय नी मेरा लाल कगरा दिलों नी मेरा लाल कगरा हाय नी मेरा लाल कगरा दिलों नी मेरा लाल कगरा
ओ तेरा कगरा कगरा तेरा कगरा ओ तेरा कगरा कगरा तेरा कगरा ओ तेरा कगरा कगरा तेरा कगरा ओ तेरा कगरा
So our next presentation is a classical presentation, but we are not showing the 100% classical stuff. We are showing the semi-classical stuff, and this dance is all about the Shiva Stuti, a Tandav dance. Gitanjali, can you just light about the Shiva Stuti and Tandav?
This is a Bharatanatyam semi-classical form. It's a southern part of India. The dance is from the southern part of India.
It's all about Shiva. Shiva is like a supreme god, and when we request our supreme god, or when we pray our god, we'll do this dance, and it is kind of a semi-classical presentation. So the performer are Pranavi and Medha Gupta. is Pranavi Soma, Medha Gupta, Shambhavi, and Anvishka, and one, she just left, Anika. So thank you so much. One more time, a big thank you to the Public Library and Multicultural Cultural Center. Thank you, for hosting and trusting us every year to year.
Hello, this is Lindsay Urban, Director of the Arts Institute for Middlesex County. We are so thrilled to be celebrating the Multicultural Festival with New Brunswick Public Library. We want to wish everyone a very happy new year from all across the county.
You just heard drums and cymbals typically played at the Chinese New Year. Hello, how are you? My name is Joe Young. Today I want to talk to you about how Chinese typically celebrate Chinese New Year. Chinese celebrate a new year in a span of 15 days. It starts from January 1st to January 15th on lunar calendar. Do you know even before Chinese New Year, companies typically give employees a hefty amount of bonus so they can go home and celebrate. Right before the New Year's Eve, people will try to rush home. They will jam-packed buses, trains, train stations. Everywhere you see people are moving. It's a huge population migration, millions of people moving around, just trying to rush back to their hometown. And they just want to see the family together before the New Year's Eve. At the New Year's Eve, family get together and have a feast. And they have dishes to symbolize good fortune and lucks. Let's try to look at what do they have on the dinner table. A whole fish, it means you have surplus every year. A whole chicken with head and tail, it means you complete everything from the beginning to the end, nothing left behind. Spring rolls, it means the spring is coming. You can start your plantation and it will bring prosperity. Long life noodles. It's very long and when you eat it, you're not supposed to chew it, so it will swallow the whole length. Is it possible? I don't know, but it basically symbolizes you have longevity. Gold ingot dumplings. They shape like gold ingots, a symbol of wealth. Glutinous rice cake is sweet. A dessert, homophonic to rice yearly in Chinese. It also means prosperity. Tangerines or oranges, they are homophonic to good luck in Chinese. Well, not just the food we eat. At the same time, people are going to give out hongbao in Chinese or red envelopes with cash inside given from the elderly to the young. And it's basically saying that, well, okay, I give you something as a treat. It's basically trying to keep evil away from kids. Kids may not understand the true meaning of it, but they just love it. Why not? This is my friend's dog. Her name is Money. And guess what? She also receives hongbao every year. Why not? Ha! Let's switch gear. Let's look at the history of the Chinese New Year. Year is pronounced as Nian in Chinese. According to the ancient history, Nian was a beast. Nian came to villages just right before the New Year's Eve. It attacked people and animals. People used to leave villages just to avoid Nian from attacking them. There was a wise guy told villagers they can try to scare away Nian. They play drums and light up firecrackers just to scare away Nian, and it was very successful. Since then, people started doing the same thing every year. Today, Nian no longer exists, but the celebration continues with the drums and the firecrackers. Let's hear some of the drums. Today they don't just play drums, they also have lion dance and dragon dance go with the drums. Aside from families getting together at the New Year's Eve at the national level, there are TV shows, TV galas with celebrities showing their talents. They have fireworks everywhere. Fireworks are typically displayed at really major cities, pretty similar to what we have around here. In etiquette during the celebration period, when you bump into people, you will have to say 恭喜恭喜 in Chinese, which pretty much means congratulations. And that congratulations could be translated into like a happiness, getting rich, or perhaps you have something happy in the future. It's basically just a good thing to wish people having a good future, okay? So that's pretty much what you have to say when you bump into people. So don't forget about it. Well, every good thing has to come to an end. By the end of the celebration period, which is January 15th, it's actually called a Lantern Festival. A major point where people aggregate. Lanterns are displayed. Let's enjoy some views. Sky lanterns are a special type of lanterns. It's like hot air balloon. You have light it up and it would drift in the sky. And they are spectacular to watch. Let's enjoy some views. Gas riddles are typically held at like a temple or like a city hall. People get together and trying to crack what's behind the riddles. I found it really very challenging, and some people they just can actually crack the riddles. I really don't know how people having that ability, but it's basically relatively challenging, and of course with that challenge, they typically comes with a hefty amount of the award. I typically won't be the lucky ones though. This is glutinous rice ball soup. It's made out of rice and may have fillings like red beans, sesame, black sesame. There could be some other variations, but typically it's a sweet dessert. We usually have it at the Lantern Festival, and because of the shape is round, it is called 汤圆 in Chinese, and it basically means it's a soup of round. The round in Chinese has a little bit more meaning toward the roundness. It also means the smooth and the completeness. So basically it's trying to hint it's a unity and the completeness of the family. Sounds very good, right? Well, the party's over. Everybody's trying to go back to work again. All the roadways are going to be jam-packed with the people going in the reverse direction. There will be another Chinese New Year to celebrate. The next year, this is Joe Young speaking. I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
的当时，就到嘛着爱倒地，有时满满一杯饮落去，搁跳探戈，招大家来看去。天天唱歌跳舞讲，伊是大欢喜。不管伫倒位，夜夜多情多爱，嘴笑目睭甜，愈换是愈趣味。是啥物？予我一生好快乐，因为有你来作伴。探戈要跳到你当时，就到嘛着爱倒地，有时满满一杯饮落去，搁跳探戈。予大家来看伊，天天唱歌跳舞讲，伊是大欢喜。不管伫倒位，夜夜多情多爱，嘴笑目睭甜，愈换是愈趣味。是啥？予我一生好快乐，因为有你来作伴。天天唱歌跳舞讲，伊是大欢喜。不管伫倒位，夜夜多情多爱，嘴笑目睭甜，愈换是愈趣味。是啥物？予我一生好快乐，因为有你来作伴。
Performances, right, from all over the world. And I'm sure, can anyone just raise their hand and let us know what your favorite part was?
The Indians.
Okay, the Navajo Dance at the Dance Academy?
Yes, that was mine, by the way.
Let's give it up for Sagrada Familia. All of this, if you can see, it's an underpinning journey through the eyes and the lens of the youth, right? So we hope that, you know, when you're doing ballet or dancing when you're young, especially with cultural dancing, you're hoping that the students will continue to want to dance. Not because their parents are telling them or because their grandma wants them to dance, but they really want to dance. And you see it in these students. You really can see that and you see them grow year after year during these multicultural festivals. We've seen the progress and the development and just the love for their country, their culture, but the underlining is that it's through the youth. It's through the lens that they're learning about their culture and learning and wanting to spread it and share it with, it's good? Want to share it with you. Okay. And so we're so excited. And it's also telling the story, their cultural story of their country and how it relates. The one thing that jumps out at me is the Chinese New Year and the food. And also the underlining of the tie of peace and wanting better for each other, your families, and your friends. So it's all about storytelling and telling your story, right? So my family is from Jamaica, and we, the Brunswick Cultural Center, put on a series of lots of traditional and cultural specific festivals for a reason. So people can dip their toe in other cultures and learn more. We do it through food, especially. We do it through storytelling, music, and dance, but really it is through food. One person that I would like to bring up, and then she's going to introduce our favorite pioneer of live music and African-centric music and Caribbean music. Sharon Gordon. She is an actress, a storyteller, and most of all, one of our very good friends, and has such a big heart and generosity as she is taking the time and sharing her space with us as Miss Blue. So, further ado, please come and Miss Blue.
Thank you so much, Tracy. So who is Miss Lou, you say? Well, she was my mentor. Greetings, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. What an amazing afternoon this has been. I learned so much. I was texting and sharing with friends like, did you know? And so much similarities, yet so much different, right? And I love that that's what this is doing. It is showing us, like Tracy says, giving us an opportunity to dip our feet into other people's culture, and we recognize our own cultures in those cultures. For example, we're going to talk about New Year's and all that. But to come back to what Tracy said about the children learning, the woman I'm channeling is a woman by the name of Louise Bennett Coverley, the Honorable Louise Bennett Coverley. She is Jamaica's first lady of comedy, of voice, of language, of culture, all of that. She took this language, you hear a lot of Jamaican language and lingo now, infused, yeah man, no problem. How you do? Wagwan, Irie. Those the food, jerk chicken, all that. We learned these things through her as children because she went away to travel to England because Jamaica was a colony of Britain and became independent from Britain in 1962, the year I was born. She traveled overseas to Britain to study and came back and recognized that she needed to pour into the youth about pride for their culture. And she went about developing a curriculum around that. I was fortunate enough to be like one of these young people here today. I too used to dance at events. I too used to recite because she would teach us how to do that. And lo and behold, my life has become that. All that I do is what I learned as a child at the feet of Miss Lou. So let's just give it up for Miss Lou and the Pioneers Club for teaching our children, right? Thank you for that. And so, New Year's. Well, you know, I laughed when I saw that the Chinese celebrate Rasujima for 15 days. I thought in the Caribbean we had that locked down. I thought, because just so you know, if you're going to the Caribbean for the holiday season, get there right before Christmas and you cannot leave until after New Year's because nothing is happening. Absolutely zero. Oh, I mean, a lot is happening, but nothing, let me put it this way. A lot of partying is happening. A lot of drinking is happening. A lot of eating is happening. Nobody going to work. Nobody doing anything like that. So, just so you know that, make sure you know that. But with regards to New Year's, and it starts at Christmas too, the cleaning of the house, the cleaning of the yard, it's very important that everything is clean. Nothing dirty goes into the New Year's. Nothing. If you have dirty clothes, dirty lawn, a dirty yard or the house, can't happen. Curtains are changed, pillowcases, the bedspread, the rugs, you name it. The house is painted. Furniture is taken out and repaired if it needs to be repaired. Everything must be new because the new year represents new beginnings. And you want to have good fortune. And so if you have a dirty house, you know the phrase, cleanliness is next to godliness. So you see how that applies, right? So if your house is dirty, if your house and your clothes and stuff is dirty, they'll say your heart is dirty. And you know what that means. No blessings for you for the new year. With regards to food, you know, in Haiti they make black bean soup. Black beans, right? Black bean soup. That's a ritual in Haiti. Now, I know I have some other friends here. Rasujima, in Nevis, what is happening on New Year's Day in terms of food?
Lots of partying, food. Everywhere you go to different people's homes, same thing.
It's the same thing. Because that's what it is. So you cook, you bake. Baking is important. Jamaica, as I said, was colonized by England, so we make something called the Jamaican fruit cake, the black cake, which has become just very popular. Well, that came from the English pudding, the plum pudding. So, you know, we don't have all those rich ingredients that they had the luxury of having in England, so we had to get creative. So one of the things we do is we put the fruits, they call it the fruits to soak, which is really your raisins, your currants, and stuff like that, and they soak that in like a big container of rum and wine. You get where I'm going? And that sits for months, like from the summer, and then the children, the entire family participates in baking. So you're stirring the butter and the sugar for grandma, mommy, you're doing the flour. Everybody is involved in the making and the baking of the cakes, because that is what you're gifting people with when they come to visit you. And it's all about how drunk you get. Oops, I'm sorry. How lovely the cake tastes when you go to get it, right? And that is served with something called sorrel. Now, sorrel is known as hibiscus in some places. I know on the continent in Africa it's hibiscus in other places. In Mexico, it's known as jugo de Jamaica, which is the juice of Jamaica. And sorrel grows throughout the year, but it's harvested, and the same thing, they put it to set. So it's boiled and then basically poured, sweetened and poured in bottles and set aside in a dark place to basically ferment until Christmas. And again, they'll add rum to that. But for the children, we weren't supposed to be drinking the sorrel with the rum, but I think you all know what happens at New Year's time. All the kids, we go around and we find a way to get, that's just something, that's the duty of a child at Christmas and New Year's time, is to be able to get a sip ayana of that sorrel without anybody knowing and without the bottle moving. I don't know, we won't talk about that. I'm being taped and I don't know what the statute of limitation is on these things. I don't want to get caught. Now, it's serious. The superstitions I talked about, you see me dressed like this. This is called a bandana outfit. And this is like the national cultural outfit. If you go to Jamaica for any event, this is how you're going to see people dressed in a bandana. You want to hear something cute, something very, very novel that I learned much later? Apparently, Rasujima, the bandana originated in Kenya, was taken to India. The Indians kind of redid the pattern and then brought it to Jamaica when they came there as indentured servants. Yes. And so what that is showing you is how in Jamaica the motto is out of many, one people. But I think we can apply it globally. Because as we saw here today, we have so much in common. We do so much that is similar with the fish. The fish has to be whole to show prosperity. You can't chop off the chicken neck when you're cooking for New Year's. You'll have bad luck. I mean, it's just so many similarities. The giving of money, right? All of that. So similar. So I was just so blown away when I saw how much in common we had with all the other cultures. Now, a very important thing for New Year's is going to what we call watch night mass or midnight mass. Now, like Rasujima said and I said, we love to party in the Caribbean. And as you can see all over, New Year's is party. But you can't party until you pray. So you had to go to church. So what you do is you're in church and you basically, they say watch night, we're watching the clock. Because As soon as, the part in the mass and in the service when we're coming to wind down, because you sit there and you're bored out of your mind as kids. But as soon as they get to them last 2 songs, and those are the songs that's going to mean we're done it, we're up and we're singing because we know we're out. Time to party. And so it's just a tradition, and children play these roles, young people play these roles, it's what we do, and the elders play their role of disciplining us. But they know they used to do the same thing, right? So it's the tradition, it continues. Basically, I think I covered everything. I hope I didn't leave anything out. We enjoy the holiday season because just like the Chinese, we like to be home with our families for the holiday. It's a big thing. You really don't want the New Year's to catch you in anybody else's home. If you're doing the home, you want to be in church or in your house. You really don't want the New Year to catch you outside of church or your home. And I see people shaking their heads because they know it's a superstition around that. After New Year's, you can do party, you can go visit and whatever, but you either must be in church or in your own home for the New Year's. And that's a big, big superstition in the Caribbean. Thank you so much. Oh, one more thing. The gifts. We live for gifts. And so you get gifts at Christmas time, sure. But when New Year's come and the elders come around, and the aunties and the uncles, guess what? You're getting money. And you're getting money. And so everybody has like a little sock or something that they put their little money in, and then the day after New Year's, that's when we all sit and count up how much money we got. So that's the one thing that we loved about New Year's. Now I'm going to introduce a group to you that is just going to tie this up so well, because they represent that multiculturalism that this is all about. I'm speaking about my dear brother and friend Rasujima and the Black Circle Symphony. They are going to take us out. You don't want to miss this, because when I said that this is going to encapsulate what this entire afternoon's programming was about, it sure will. So thank you so much for this opportunity to present to you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you so much to the New Brunswick Free Library for this wonderful event. Kavita, thank you for having me, and thanks to everyone who participated, and to our folks who are holding it down with the streaming and the production. Thank you so much. Ashe and Ashe and Ashe and Amen and Amen and Amen. Thank you. Take it away, Rasujima.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? Say Kwanzaa. Say Kwanzaa. It's all right with me. It goes back to my roots. It's a celebration of my African identity. Say Kwanzaa. Say Kwanzaa. It's all right with me. It goes back to my roots. It's a celebration of my African identity. I'd like to say thank you to Wakiba Jr. because when he was 9 years old, we had a party 2 blocks away, December 31st, 2000. And that was the birth of the Black Circle Symphony. Wow. Since then, we have performed at the United Nations, colleges, festivals, churches. I could go on and on. But I just want to say one more time, thank you, Wakiba, for staying with me, because it's not hard, it's not easy to maintain unity. Once again, it's not easy to maintain tradition. It's not easy. I'd like to say something especially with regards to Sister Sharon. It's a brown girl in the ring, ja-la-la-la. It's a brown girl in the ring, ja-la-la-la. It's a brown girl in the ring, ja-la-la-la. She looked like a sugar and a plum, plum, plum. Everybody say amen. Amen. On my far right is Carter Flames on saxophone, Rutgers Senior. On additional percussions is Professor Bob Ramos, Puerto Rico. My name is Rasujima, and I'm a twin. And I was born December 28th, the third day of Kwanzaa. And she is especially special. I'd like to also say thank you
to all who have remained. Because sometimes we are so busy traveling that we do not cross the finish line because we give up. What's going to happen now is you're going to have a wonderful performance that encapsulates 20 years of progress with the Black Silver Symphony. Tracy, come get this mic.
I'd also like to acknowledge Mr. Nigel Jackson. He's also a Rutgers graduate. He's in the management at Union 1199 in New York. I'm very proud of that young man because I mentored him when he was a student here at Rutgers University many years ago. And to your young kids, thank you for coming out, Amina and Emma.
like to acknowledge all the mothers present and absent. Without our mothers, where would we be? When you see her, you'll desire to meet her because she is especially special. She is really something else. She can understand topsy-turvy when the Rasta man put it right side up. No roses and diamonds are through at her feet because she stood the test of time. She be comfortable eating cornbread or sipping the most expensive wine. She is the cool breeze in the summer. She is warmth in the cold. She is spirit. She is divine. She will live generations and she won't ever die. You see, she is of the feminine gender. She is love. She is peace. She is strength. She is sister. She is mother. She won't fight and she won't surrender. You see, she's an angel sent to us by Jah Rastafari. When you see her, you desire to meet her. When you see her, you desire to meet her. Where will we be with our mother? Happy holidays to everyone. See you next year.
Happy New